Got to ask you first of all about the number change.
Okay.
You went from, I think it was 42 to number 3 this year.
Yep.
Is that the plan all along, to go a little bit smaller?
Well, when I came here, 42, like you would think would be a post player number, and that was the only one left, and freshmen always get last choice. So I got 42, and then in high school I wore 3 my whole high school career, and I told coach one of the things I really wanted was number 3 when I got here. So I didn't know if that was a possibility, but I've always wanted number 3. So.
Well, I think it looks better on a guard, like you said.
Yeah, thanks. 42 is a pretty big number for as small as I am.
That 5-point lead, and another steal. Guess who? It's number 3.
By number 3, Chelsea Meeks.
And 2 steals and 2 baskets for the sophomore.
Besides the number change, is there anything that's different about being a sophomore than a freshman?
Not really. You would think being a freshman on a college team, you always have to do the freshman duties, and coach pretty much breaks it up for everyone, and the seniors still have to do stuff, the juniors still have to do stuff, so there's really not, I guess maybe the leadership role is a little different, but other than that, nothing's really changed.
Yeah, so let's talk about that leadership role, because you stepped right onto the court playing as a freshman. Does that mean, because you're playing, that you have to be a leader on the team?
Yes and no. Coach talked to me last year and wanted me to be more vocal, and as a freshman she didn't really think I was as vocal as I should have been, but she knew that it was hard for me to go against the seniors and tell them what to do considering they were seniors. But she wanted me to be more vocal and more talking to the players a little bit more than I did last year, so that's really the leadership role I have this year.
Have you been able to do that pretty easily?
Yeah, I think I've communicated better with the younger classmen and the upperclassmen, and been able to talk to everyone and communicate.
Chelsea, what about on the floor with Ariel Smith being here this year? It looks like you get to play a little bit more of the shooting guard. Are you good with that?
Yeah, we actually talked about that last year. Coach said that I'd probably move more to the 2, because when she recruited me I became more of a 2-3 instead of a point, and she told me last year that I was going to have someone that could come in and play the point position. So I knew coming into my sophomore year that I was going to be more of a 2, but when Ariel's out, sometimes Jesse comes in off the bench and plays more of the 1, or right now all 3 of our guards are pretty much interchangeable between the 1, 2, and 3. So. How
about defensively? Have there been changes for you in your role on the defense?
Not really. We still, get up in people's face, go full court press all the time, and so really no. I just have, I guess, more people my size and quickness up there, so no, not really.
Yesterday, Holly Schweitzer was our halftime guest, and she talked about the family atmosphere for you guys. And could you talk a little bit about that and give us your take on that?
We have a great family atmosphere, from our seniors all the way down to our freshmen. I was really nervous coming in as a freshman, especially not knowing how the seniors were going to be and accepting everyone. And we do a really good job of welcoming everyone, and we're all really close. And with Coach, it's a big thing for her since she has 4 kids, and she just has the family atmosphere anyway, and we all come from a family. Me personally, being so far away from home, I needed the second family, and the basketball family for me is really great.
Yeah, let's talk about that, being a long way from home. Vincennes, Indiana. What's Vincennes like?
It's pretty big. A lot of people think it's just this tiny, it's probably bigger than Liberty actually, and people always think it's this little tiny thing, because we have my private school that I went to, and we only had 96 people in my high school, compared to the public school that has, it's a 3A, it has 400, 500 people, but it's pretty much the same as Jewell. You know everyone, and I don't know, I like it.
Well, was it tough to get used to, or were you worried about competing after coming from a small school?
Yes and no. My schedule was pretty split in high school. We had a lot of 3A, 4A games, but we also had the 1A, 2A, and I played a lot of AAU, and I traveled a lot, so I got to play a lot of different people. So.
I guess I keep hearing about your sister being a great golfer. Tell me about your sister and the rest of your family.
Yeah, my sister, she's a freshman, and she plays basketball, she played volleyball, she tried swimming, she has done a lot of different things, but golf is really her sport. She really enjoys it. And
she's a freshman in high school?
Yeah. She really likes it, so she's really good at it.
Your grandparents are going to be here for the game on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I know they travel a lot. So do your mom and dad. Tell us about what they do for a living, and about your grandparents.
My mom is a real estate agent. My dad's an insurance agent, and they own Meeks Real Estate and Insurance together. And they come as much as they can. It's a lot easier since they own their own business that my dad can leave and my mom can take care of both positions, or vice versa. And my grandparents, make the trip a lot, and I didn't think they would because they don't really like driving on the interstate or anything like that, and you know how people can be traveling, but they make the trip as much as they can, and I really like it. And my aunt and uncle and her 2 kids come out as much as they can too, and I have so many different family members that come out, and it's really good.
Is Indiana as basketball crazy as those of us outside of Indiana have been led to believe?
Yeah, it really is, especially high school basketball, both boys and girls. And I know my high school was crazy about basketball. We went to state my junior and senior year, and then the girls won state last year, and everyone's just basketball crazy. So yeah.
Well, we were in Kentucky a few weeks ago, and a person there on their athletic staff said simply football takes a back seat to basketball.
Yeah.
So that's right?
Yeah, we didn't have actually a football team at my high school. So everything was just like big basketball, everything. And even, I would say even the public school basketball is really the big thing, and just pretty much everywhere throughout Indiana.
When you came to Jewell, I'm sure you heard about the academic reputation that Jewell has.
Yeah.
How is school for you? What are you doing in school?
I really like school, actually. I like it a lot better than high school classes. But I'm doing business and psychology, and I think I want to do physical therapy once I graduate from here. So
okay.
That's the plan.
Any hobbies or anything like that?
Not really. Basketball's pretty much my life.
How about life in the GLVC? Are you looking forward to seeing some of those Indiana, Kentucky schools?
Yeah, I actually know a lot of people this year in the GLVC. So especially like one of the girls I played high school with, she goes to USI. And so we'll play against her this year. And I have a couple friends that go to Bellarmine. So, I mean, it'll be cool to play against them.
The freshman Mason. There's Danner inside. Good catch. She was turned around the wrong way, but got it to go. Tasia's first basket.
You guys were picked number 8 in the West. What was your reaction to that?
It was kind of expected because they don't know how we are, and our record didn't really show how good we were last year. We had like 9 overtime games or something like that, and our record should have been a lot better than it was. So I think we're kind of underestimated coming in, and I mean, I think it'll raise throughout the year, and especially coming in next year, and hopefully we can just make a stand and do really well.